I've always liked to think of myself as an intellectually curious dog. An academic dog, if you will. Learning stuff is cool, and there will always be more cool stuff to learn than there will be time to learn it all. So today, we're going to tell you the story of one of the coolest people that we've ever come across, Vo Thi Sau. To jump ahead a little bit in our story, basically every city in Vietnam has a street, a park, or something named after her. Hanoi has two, one in Hai Ba Trung and one in Ha Dong. Those will be the backdrop of this episode, but the focus is on her story. She was born in the small village of Dat Da, directly south of Saigon, or what is now Ho Chi Minh City. Dat Da, somewhat prophetically, means the Red Land. Born in 1933 to parents that were a coach driver and a noodle vendor, she was raised far from the life of aristocracy. In 1946, French colonialists attacked her town, causing many in her family to join the anti-colonial resistance, herself included at just 14 years old. While still only 14, and let me repeat that again to make sure it sinks in, at 14 years old, she got a hold of a grenade and threw it into a passing group of occupation soldiers, bringing the health bar of one of them down to 0 and injuring a dozen others. In the ensuing chaos, she managed to escape into the crowd. I don't know what any of you were doing at 14, but it's unlikely to be as hardcore as going up against the French Empire. She went on to make many more assassination attempts, particularly against Kai Tong, the highest level Vietnamese collaborator with the French in her town. Once literally hitting him in the face with a grenade hard enough that it bounced off far enough that when it exploded, he actually survived. She was eventually caught in 49, and to absolutely no one's surprise, this was while she was getting up to some more grenade-based shenanigans. While the streets were busy as everyone was preparing for Tet, she used a basket of vegetables to smuggle in 2 more grenades. The targets were Kaze and Kasut, 2 notorious butchers who had sided with the occupiers. The first grenade worked, injuring them both, but the second didn't go off, and she was grabbed by guards. From here, she was sent to the first of the prisons that she would be held at, in the city of Ba Zia. After they were unable to torture any information out of her, they sent her to Cam Chi Hua prison in Saigon. Here, she rallied other captured soldiers and was an icon of resistance, both within and outside of the prison. They were determined to execute her, but they feared the public backlash of doing so, and so they smuggled her to a prison complex on Con Son Island. This was a heavily militarized island where they knew they could do whatever they wanted without the public being any the wiser. January 23rd, 1952, she was taken to a secluded corner of the prison complex and executed. She demanded her blindfold be removed, telling the guards, "No need to cover my eyes. I just want to look at this beloved country for the last time, and I have the courage to look directly at your muzzle." When told to kneel, she simply started singing Tien Quan Ca, what was the North, and now all of Vietnam's national anthem. When asked to give her last words, she's reported to have said, "Down with the French colonialists, long-lasting independence for Vietnam, long live President Ho." In the Battle of Dien Bien Phu, the last major confrontation between Vietnamese and French forces, it's said that soldiers called out her name as a war cry when attacking French positions. She's gone down in history as a national martyr, and her grave on Con Son Island is a place that many people visit to honor her legacy and pay respects. And there are statues of her likeness spread throughout the country. With all that said and our story complete, we look out into the world as it exists today and remember that oppressed people and colonized people always have the right to fight back against their oppressors and colonizers, by any means necessary. Thanks for watching, everyone. Click that like button, pause, subscribe, all that stuff. Hopefully, we'll see you on the next one. Love and solidarity.